Hey everyone, Tankenstein here. In this video, I've got your very first gameplay and overview straight from the Seek and Destroy dev server of the AMX A-1A. This is a currently rank 7 battle rating 10.7 pack premium vehicle that will cost $69.99 USD in the Italian Air Force's tech tree. And of course, wait for it, this is Brazilian. That's right, the Brazilians finally have their own plane in War Thunder, and this thing is really cool. So if you guys don't know, the AMX is a really cool plane in and of itself. It's already in the Italian Air Force's tech tree, is a really fun light fighter. Has access to 2 AIM-9Ls, so on and so forth. The AMX A-1A is the same vehicle, pretty much, except, of course, Brazilian, and almost as importantly, this has access to MAA-1 Piranha air-to-air missiles. All aspects, 3.5 Mach, 45 Gs of overload, 7.2 kilograms of explosive force. These things are the real deal. Much better than even the AIM-9Ls, which are only 2.5 Mach, 30 Gs of overload, and around 4.5 kilograms of explosive filler equivalent. So this beats them out and then some. So it's a very impressive aircraft just because of these missiles. This is the first aircraft with these missiles in game, so it should be very interesting. But of course, it does see a BR increase from 10.3 to 10.7. Now, I'm kind of wondering here because the secondary armaments are very similar on the A-1A. So as you can see, it has the Lizard 2 guided bombs, but these are the same as the Paveway 2 guided bombs that this has, right? It's got the same TNT equivalent, all that. The big difference here is that this has the Lightning II targeting pod, whereas this uses the CLDP targeting pod. So I'm not too well versed when it comes to close air support. I will be showing you what the bombs can do in a test drive just because it gets really wonky in ground battles to be able to show these things, at least on the dev server. But I will be showing you some matches with these in just a few seconds. So we will see how this performs against air, and also, in theory, how this performs against ground. So that said, let's get into a few matches, have a good time, and test out the Brazilian fighter. Let's get into it. So it is extremely important for everyone to realize a few things about the dev server. Everything that you see on here is subject to change up to and after the dev server ends, really up through the live release. So any one of these things can change, including its BRs, for example. They can all change. Flight models, for example. The cockpit doesn't even exist for this plane yet, so that's kind of interesting. Also, when it comes to the dev server, as you can see, with the exception of these two people, pretty much everyone on the enemy team is a bot. That's just how it is, unfortunately. There are a lot of bots. So I will be doing a bit of air-to-air in this match. Next match, I will attach some ground ordnance, go after a base, see how this thing performs. Again, as of right now, it's more or less identical to what we have in the live server with the AMX, the standard AMX. Let's see about this. Okay, he knows I'm here. I'm going to go turn off my radar so he doesn't suspect anything. Let's fire that. And it's not smoke. Oh, it kind of doesn't have all that much smoke. And I think I got him. Very nice. The Piranha. Oh, buddy. Wow. That's 3.5 Mach right there. Ho! I cannot complain. Now, what are the odds I'm going to find the next guy? I'm not entirely sure. Does it really matter? I'm not entirely sure. But that was pretty impressive. Although he probably should have flared off. I wonder how this thing is going to do versus flares. Okay, so we have an F4F here. I'm going to pretend like I don't see him. Oh, he's launching whatchamacallits. Rockets. This will be interesting. Let's see. Can I hit him? And I will not. Didn't get that hit either. However, does he keep turning? He does. Now, this is going to be kind of a problem because I am loaded to the gills. To the absolute gills with incendiary bombs. Let's go ahead and launch that. Can I hit him? I did! Woo! Holy cow! Very nice. Very nice. Wow. And also, by the way, this is what this thing looks like with incendiaries. It is ridiculous. It is something like, I don't know, I think 38 or 3,400 kilograms of explosive ordnance. It's a lot. It's a lot. So as one could imagine, with all of this ordnance, I am finding it very difficult to gain any sort of speed. go ahead and just drop 4 on that. See if that... Oh, that more than does the trick. Also, as you can see now here at the bottom, it says that I've destroyed the base. So that is part of the game now. Now, it is interesting because on some weapons like the Mighty Mouse, it will specifically say that I killed the base via the Mighty Mouse. So that is also very interesting. That's what was happening before with the F4 that I killed. He was killing our bases via Mighty Mouse. And can we... We got ourselves an air-to-air kill with the guns. So, not too bad. I think this match is pretty much over. You know what? Let's go ahead and just do one more match. I kind of want to see what this thing can do. But, I mean, thus far, I'm pretty impressed by these missiles, by the Piranha missiles. Like, I mean, at 10.7 BR, they are gnarly. Now, bear in mind, you only get 2 of them. But it'd be interesting to see if once this vehicle releases, if this ends up being better at 10.7 BR than the standard AMX ends up being at 10.3 BR. We'll have to wait and see. That said, let's get into another mission, see what we can do. But again, these are just kind of the flaws of the dev server. Let's get into it. Actually, I don't know if you guys can see this, but if you look like here, you can see the engine. That's really, really good detail. Good job, Gaijin. This thing looks great. Now, like, my wings are shaking violently at around sea level, just above sea level, and I'm going around 1,130 kilometers per hour, which is a sign. Maybe I should slow down, but I've yet to see any actual enemy planes. We have some bots here, but that's just, again, kind of how the dev server is. You can... You have a good time sometimes and sometimes not. But again, thus far, I'm actually very impressed with the performance on the Piranha missiles. I think really, again, that's the defining factor, feature rather, of this aircraft. It's those missiles. And those missiles, damn, Brazil. Damn, you guys have a good missile. At least in War Thunder. I don't really know about in real life. I'm assuming it's pretty good. Okay, we have a guy in the A5 here. I'm going to go ahead and launch right about now. Let's see. We're on 3 kilometers, just above 3 kilometers. Look at that speed! And he just... Wow. Okay, good for him. Let's see. Now, sometimes these can kind of breadcrumb their way into the enemy tailpipe, more or less. Is that... No, it's not going to hit him. Wow. Okay, so there are some limits here. Looks like they are going to be some range-based limits. But, again, that's the whole point of this dev server gameplay. I want to show you guys what these missiles are like, right? Like, what these vehicles, what their features are like, everything. Because if I can kind of show you that before you commit $70 to them, then that's a big deal. And, again, this is all dev server stuff, so, you know, whether or not it's going to be like this once it comes to the live server, who knows? You know, a lot of this stuff could change. The physics for this aircraft could change. For the missiles could change. All of that stuff. However, again, it is very important to know what you're getting into. At least get like a taste of it. Which is why this is so useful. So that said, let's just go ahead and test out the, I guess, close air support base stuff. I'm assuming it's going to be pretty much what we've already seen from the standard AMX. But who knows, right? So that said, let's jump into some test drive real quick. Again, just because ground battles are really, really weird and it could take a lot of time. And all that, it's functionally going to be the same as what we have in, you know, in test drive. So that said, let's do some test drive, but not too bad. We had no hits via the Piranhas this time. Even at, like, what, 2.5 kilometers? No hits. And, yeah, some air kills. This thing takes down aircraft pretty easily. That said, let's go test out some of those laser bombs. Here we are with the BAFG-230 Lizard 2, or otherwise known as, like, what is it, GBU-12s? If I'm not mistaken, so it's not like some crazy, crazy bomb. It's just basically a BGU-12 with 117-ish kilograms of explosive filler equivalent. Let's go ahead and launch this in a few seconds here. Let's see. I'm not really good with laser launches, but we're going to have to see if that works. And it should be going towards the enemy. Yes, it is. It is guiding successfully. Right there, and target destroyed. Now, I just want to show you guys the the targeting finder if you didn't see that already. As you can see, this the Lightning II targeting pod. Very, very nice. It is very, very clear, and definitely, at least in my opinion, one of the better targeting pods, especially at this BR in War Thunder. Let's go ahead and just kind of look at this SPAA over here with it. I don't know if I'm going to be able to hit it, because like I said, I'm a fan of dumb bombs because I myself am fairly dumb. I'm not really all that good with guiding ordnance via lasers and all that, so my apologies for anything like that. Now that said, let's go ahead and just drop this. Oh, it's targeting. It's targeting very nicely. Can we get a hit? And it looks like we will versus that ADAT. So this is going to be a very capable vehicle. You know, it's got the Lightning II targeting pod. It's very, very nimble. It's a little slow, unfortunately, at this BR. It's subsonic, doesn't really gain energy all too quickly. You're probably not going to win in gunfights all too much versus supersonic aircraft, just because they'll be able to gain energy where you really can't with this. But otherwise, very nimble aircraft, very fun, powerful armament, awesome Piranha missiles. So I'm pretty stoked. This is one, again, I'm going to be reviewing right when it comes out. But that said, thanks so much for watching. If you don't mind, please consider liking, commenting, subscribing. I appreciate all of it. And I will be posting video about, like, I think, what, the Bison, if I'm not mistaken, the B-21 Bison, also the new Panther, or the Leopard 2A4M. So I will be posting gameplay video about that sometime tomorrow, likely. But either way, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you all on the other side. Take care, everyone.